Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.
Let's get to our very favorite part of the show, Disgrace of the Week. As always, Ms. Calhoun, please start us off.
Well, we've been talking a lot about 710 a.m. on this show. We've had the Craig Silverman issue. We had the Chuck Bonnewell issue. We had the alleged Nazi producer issue. And now we've seen that there are other ways to get rid of people who work for our iHeartRadio. They have done massive layoffs across the country. We're just hearing about some of the hits that are also coming at the Denver location. And one of them is Jerry Schimmel, which is too bad. The voice of the Rockies, someone who has done a really good job at that station, has not embarrassed anyone. The Rockies do that themselves.
Krista.
So I want to give it to some of the Democrats at the legislature, and they've put forth this bill to make the state of Colorado and its taxpayers pay for the first 2 years of student loans for Colorado graduates. If you consider that maybe half the state doesn't have a college degree, you're forcing the have-nots to give to the haves. Also, people who paid off their own college bills, college loans, people who ended up going to trade school. You're going to take from the have-nots and give to the haves. So shame on them for that kind of regressive policy.
Natasha.
I'm going to stick in the media channel, and frankly, we can probably do this every week. But Streets Blogs Denver has lost its full-time reporter, which, you know, it's sort of the small little publication that really brought a ton of awareness to transportation issues in Denver at a time that it is so critically important, obviously. So sad to see that voice changing.
Leanne.
Inaccessibility to the shelter system. I don't know how the city wasn't mortified, and those who run those shelters weren't mortified when a representative of City Council was not even able to take a tour of that facility. And as we think about folks who are unhoused and any pre-existing conditions they have being exacerbated by being unhoused, there is a reason why some folks aren't accessing those shelters. And so certainly not being able to, and what appears optically as a lack of dignity in doing so, was a disgrace on the week.
Time for the hardest but most positive part of the show, and see something nice about somebody. Patty.
Well, last Friday, Denver lost 2 members of the media community and the greater community. They made it a better place to live. Heidi McGuire, who had worked at Channel 9 and then was an independent videographer, did some work here. Wonderful, bright light. She passed away at the age of 38, which was way too soon. Also, Jim Burris, who was a journalist, had been working most recently for NIST up in Boulder, but was an early editor at the Boulder Planet, which was a great paper, editor at the Aspen Daily News. Just a great person who was always fun to meet, smart, made it a better place. So 2 people who I know are drinking a beer up in heaven, but we're going to miss them here.
Here. Heidi did some fantastic work with us, with our partners with the Comeback Yoga. Krista.
I'm going to give it to Denver City Councilman Chris Herndon for his attempt to get pit bulls out of death row and out of prison to have them on probation and be able to have the good lives that they deserve. No breed should be banned. Bad owners should be held accountable, and I'm so happy. I'm wagging my tail.
Natasha.
In the middle of winter, other cities might sort of stay inside and people, watch movies or Netflix all day. But Denver, no. People are going to be going to the stock show this weekend. People are going to be marching in the Women's March. And then in addition, this is, of course, a weekend where we celebrate the legacy of Martin Luther King, and the parade will be happening as well. So get out of your houses.
Lots of good reasons. Absolutely. Here.
All good stuff.
Leanne.
So I'm sure you've heard in the city of Aurora we had some voting anomalies during our last municipal election, and so I am tickled beyond exuberance about the recent appointment of Peg Pearl as Arapahoe County Director of Elections. She ran in Denver for Denver City Clerk and Recorder, and I actually used her as support when we were having to deal with a recount on some of the ballots. And so she is on board, and I'm excited for what that means for Arapahoe County, our electorate process, and our ability to trust it.